Good morning, everyone. The readings were so heavy this morning, I thought I'd go ahead and do an extra reading. So I went into my little cupboard. I have two cupboards of tarot cards, and I reached for the deck that I have been sort of encouraged to read from today. So I picked up the Thelema Tarot. This is one of my favourite decks, the Thelema. But because it was getting a bit tatty and a bit wilted around the edges, I sort of put it away thinking I wanted to conserve it. But you know what, I can buy another one if I need to. So I'm going to do another reading, but I'm going to focus differently this time to see if we can get something different coming through. Page of Wands coming in there. Okay, so we're going to break the space a bit. Bring my crystal close. And we're going to do another reading. It's funny, isn't it? I have so much love for this particular deck, but then I have so much love for many of the decks I have. And I think it's so funny how you just become attached to things. I have obviously an attachment problem that I need to work through. Okay, thanks, Spirit. All right, let's see where we're going here. This is nice. So I have the Magician coming straight out. Now, the Magician is the card of the Master Manifester. This is saying, you know, at the moment you have everything you need to manifest what you want. So it's sort of like you don't believe in yourself and what your capacity is. You don't believe or you don't understand the power that you have. This is about having great power and really, really understanding the depth of your power, of what you're truly capable of here. I do have the Ace of Swords coming out behind it, and as many of you know, this is my favourite ace. This is about truth. This is about living in your truth. It's about cutting away the mask. It's about cutting away those things that do not serve you anymore. It's about true belief. It's clarity of direction, clarity of vision, really understanding a direction you need to move in. So you're making a brand new start here, based in the fact that you now believe you have everything you need to move forward. Oh, and talking of moving forward, we have the Eight of Wands, which is the card of rapid movement. Now, this is generally something that goes across the airways, but it can be seen as the arrows of love. But for many of you, this means just you're moving at a very quick pace. Once you've understood the power of the sun, the joy, the happiness, and all the things you can see and believe in. Once you believe they are there for you, you know how to move forward. And look at this. This is rebirth. So many of you going through some sort of fantastic energy at the moment, understanding that through this rebirth, this understanding of yourself, this truth, that you are able to bring about whatever you want here. You just have to realize that you have the tools you need to do that. And that card of the Magician is very tatty. See what I mean? Isn't that heartbreaking? Okay. Let's read. Seven of Pentacles coming up. So the Seven of Pentacles talks about planning for the future. But this is about already putting your seeds down. So it's like you've already said to the universe what you want and you're waiting for a result here. So when I say about manifesting, I feel like you already know what you want. You already know what you desire. You already know what's deep within you that you want. And it's only a matter of time here before it comes to you. Because you know with that Magician that you deserve, or you can see, or you can feel that is how things should be. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles here. So the Six of Pentacles is a card of sharing things evenly. We have the scales in this card. So it's about equal give and take. That's what we always see it as. This is about the universe working with you here to ensure that you're getting back what you're putting in. So maybe up until now you've been working hard at something, but you haven't seen the results you wanted. Why? Because you haven't trusted that they're coming. You're not trusting that they're here for you. They already were. They were already part of your pathway. We have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords for me is always about, you know, winning the battle but not the war. So you've got the Five Swords. You've obviously, you know, got rid of anything that stood in your way, and you now have here what you want. But what you want, is it really what you desire, or what you perceived you wanted? Is it really what you have truly desired within you? Because it's like you've sort of got to a point here where you have all these swords, but now what? So it's sort of saying to me that there is this feeling here that you've got what you thought you wanted, but maybe you haven't truly got what you wanted. Okay, and we have the card of the Lovers here. So the Lovers is about two people who are brought together by divine intervention, divine timing. It's a very interesting reading though, so it's moving away from the other two, which is really good. Okay, I have the Hermit card coming in here. The Hermit card is a card that talks about going deep inside, shining your inner light, trying to work out a direction to move in by truly understanding who you are. So you're taking time out from the world here to decide what you want. I feel like some of you have got to a point in your life where you've got what you wanted, but it's perhaps not what you truly wanted. But perhaps you have this sort of ingrained belief that you can't have what you truly want. Go into it more. Six of Swords coming in here. So you're moving away from what you thought life was about and moving into a time of understanding that you can bring in what you want. Seven of Cups coming out. So there's like this, I want to say plethora, because somebody said to me the other day they didn't know the word plethora. There is an abundance of things for you out there. But somehow or another you've committed to something, you've thought you've wanted something, you've made a decision to stick with it, and you've believed that's all there is because you do not know your own power. And it's like the universe is saying here that by going deep inside and having a look here, you will understand that there are lots of things out there for you, and the very thing you want is here. But you have to believe that you can have it. Very nice. Okay, Ace of Wands coming in here. So the Ace of Wands is a brand new start, a very passionate start, something you feel very invested in. I feel like you've probably done a lot of thinking, a lot of worrying, a lot of stressing out about something, and you've made yourself quite unhappy by believing here that you can't have what you want. With this Five of Swords energy, I feel like sometimes too, this is the energy of going backwards and forwards on something. So you know sometimes when you want something and you think you can't have it. So I'll share something that's really quite funny with you. Oh my goodness, the Ace of Wands has got a big tear in it. I was married to a very controlling man. And every time I wanted something, or every time I felt that I wanted something, I always ended up with something that I didn't actually want, but I was made to believe that's what I wanted instead. So he had this incredibly clever way of manipulating me into believing that what was given to me I had wanted. And I did that for many, many years, believing that that particular thing I'd got was what I wanted. And one day I went out and I wanted a red lounge. It was just all I wanted was a red lounge. And I remember coming home with this yellow lounge that, I don't know, it was very pretty, but it really wasn't what I wanted. But somehow or another I'd been sort of manipulated into believing that this one was the one I wanted. But I realised years later, of course, that I'd always got what he wanted rather than what I'd wanted. But I'd settled for that, thinking, well, I need to be grateful that I have a yellow lounge. So many years later, after 13 years or whatever it was, I woke up one day and this yellow lounge, Spirit just threw this yellow lounge at me. metaphorically, not really, not literally. And I remember thinking that was my yellow lounge moment. That was the moment where I realised that everything in my life had been me just conforming to someone else, just conforming to someone else's wants, needs and desires. I had completely forgotten who I was. And it took me a long time to really start to understand how manipulative and controlling people can be, because they can make you believe that what you're getting, what they're presenting to you, is everything for you. So you become very grateful, because if you've got a very empathic nature, you believe that this person is trying to do the best from you. And that sort of led me to realizing then that my whole life was built on that illusion, because everything I'd ever done was because everybody else wanted me to do it. It was never what I wanted. And that's why I have now spent many years understanding how we are raised to believe from young children that what we are taught is not always what we are capable of or what we believe. So there's this very strong feeling here in this reading that there are a lot of people out there who are accepting someone else's reality, not their own. So I want to say to you, this is your own reality. This is your world. This is your life. This is what you deserve. Don't be tricked or manipulated into believing that it's your truth because someone else has told you. Which leads me to tell you that yesterday I went out and bought and ordered a red lounge. After all these years, I went out and did it. I finally have a red lounge, and it's been something I've always wanted. So I know that I am capable of being this magician. I know I can bring in what I want. I know I can do what I want, but I will never make anybody else act on my behalf. But for some people, this feeling that, you have to do things because that's what they want you to do is not the right way to be. And I feel like you need to hear that today. I think there's a lot of people out there who are operating in their own world because someone's telling them how to do it and they're not doing it for themselves. So one day you're going to wake up to the yellow lounge moment here. It's coming in here with this truth. And it's coming in quickly. So some of you are starting to understand that you have the power in your own life. You don't have to put up with this sort of energy here. This energy of just accepting someone else's way of doing things. It's okay. You can face your fears and say, I don't want to do it that way. Actually, I really want the red lounge. I don't want a yellow lounge. But anyway, quite interesting reading. So this is why I think this is coming up. Because it's like I have everything I need. Look at me. I've got everything I need. But is it what I want? Is it really what I want? I mean, am I happy? Have I got what I want? Are my desires being bought in? Because I think there's a desire for something greater here. Something much greater. Oh, and that card wanted to come out. Alrighty, simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you, and love who you are. I took that straight off the top, and I think that card came out before. So this is about understanding that other people have the right to have what they want too. Not disregarding other people's desires and thoughts and feelings and wants. But you love who you are. You don't need to please other people. You don't need to live your life because somebody else tells you that's how you have to lead it. It's time to let go now. Have a great day.